there is now the potential for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One crossplay. Now let me step back a little bit. PlayStation 4 at the outset was kind of meant to be an open console, at least in so much as it would communicate with PC. PlayStation's actually been pretty good about this. What I don't think a lot of people realize is all the way back to the PS2, PlayStation had cross-platform play. You could do Final Fantasy XI between PC users and PS2 users.
Right.
And there was cross-platform on the PS3 between Guilty Gear Xrd and Guilty Gear Xrd on the PS4. There might have been another PC cross-play game, but I'm not particularly sure. And then right now you've got Street Fighter V that cross-plays with the PC. So Sony has not been particularly has not really objected to this. Xbox did, and Xbox has always looked at Live as a very closed console, as a closed system. They certainly did on the 360, which pissed off Valve, which is why Valve decided not to really do anything else with them after the Orange Box. And, well, they did do Portal 2. Anyways, Team Fortress 2 never got its updates. Anyways, so this was a big reason why Street Fighter V gained exclusivity on Sony. One, because Sony offered to bankroll it, but I highly doubt Microsoft did not at least take a stab at trying to get Street Fighter V with money, because I'm sure Capcom would have taken anyone's money, but Capcom's unwillingness to do cross-platform play probably pissed off Xbox's unwillingness to do cross-platform play probably pissed off Capcom, because Capcom wants to unify their tournament base as much as possible.
Sure.
So when they looked at the option of just Xbox or PS4 and PC, they realized that was the better option. Now Xbox is having an about face, and they want people to be able to play Rocket League on Xbox One and PC. Rocket League is an incredibly popular, remote control car-based soccer game.
It's a soccer game. You drive around.
It's fun. I'm not particularly good at it. And they said that they'd be willing to do this with Sony. Now, Sony says that it would actually be fairly easy and that the groundwork is basically already in place, but they largely say that business stuff could get in the way. Now, besides all this, what I think that how this relates to potentially the end of consoles is Microsoft did a sudden about face, and they're also doing it with Windows 10. They went from always wanting closed things to wanting open things. They kind of want this open network, and if all of these systems suddenly become open, there's less and less to distinguish them from other systems, which means that eventually we're just moving to name-branded computers. That's kind
which is what we said the PS4 and Xbox One were,
yes.
Basically.
And while I'm all for people being able to crossplay, I would love to be able to crossplay with people on the Xbox One various games. Like, that would be great, but I do think that's foreshadowing for a distinct change or the end of consoles.
Or one of these consoles is going to go down.
Well, I think Xbox is doing an about face because they're not doing well.
Well, they're probably doing an about face because they probably, like you said, because, Danny went down there.
Oh,
because losing Street Fighter V is a huge deal. And if that was a deal breaker, they must realize we can't, if developers and publishers want to be able to go to PC at least, we got to be open to it, or else they're not going to want to play ball with us.
Yep.
So they have to. It was basically like the same about face when they announced the awful DRM. And when Sony said, we don't have any, they're like, oh, okay, then we don't have it either anymore. So it seems like, for some reason, it's so weird because Microsoft, they own the Windows platform, and I don't see why they want to at least promote that cross. You know what I mean? Like, why wouldn't they want to do that? I understand that a lot of Windows are packed in, but they're still making money on those packed in with computers. So why not promote the cross-platforming with Windows at least with the Xbox One? That to me would be a no-brainer to do that. Why would you shy away from that?
Right.
You own both.
Yeah.
You basically own both platforms.
So why not? Well, and that's the thing. And that's another one of the things that I think is causing them to do this. Like I said, I don't know a whole lot about the Windows operating systems or computers in general, but my friend said that kind of coinciding with this, Microsoft did an about face on their operating systems, and that's what Windows 10 is all about, is about being more open and connecting with more and not being so closed. So
it's weird because at the end of the day, Microsoft's in a lot better financial shape than Sony, but Sony's making the better decisions, it seems, this generation in terms of the console war, quote unquote. But they don't.
The question is it going to fucking matter anyways?
Yeah, 5 years down the line, if we just have upgradable console boxes that we're putting parts in, there's no more consoles except for whatever Nintendo's putting out.
Then they're all Steam machines.
Yes, exactly. They're all going to be Steam machines. That's exactly what they're going to be. And Steam machines might replace regular computers for people that don't want to, you know what I mean? They just want something
or at
easier.
least like people like me who are using like a mildly decent laptop to play like indie games.
Yeah, I love the idea of Steam machines personally.